again, ladies and gentlemen. Can we talk about Jem and the holograms? Yes, hello, Wakelom back once again. We are the Can We Talk About podcast, and we are Can We Talking in our classic sense, our most classic sense, Kristen, about the show with many pieces that I have put in front of it to the point of ridiculousness, basically. It's a show about, one, a pink lady not named Rizzo, two, a show that we are a very dear friend of, Neon Nightmare, Pastel Phantasm, oh, so frighteningly fashionable, 80s cartoon, air quotes classic, Jem and the Holograms. I am but a lowly doctor. My name is Joe.
They don't want me here. I know it. I'm Kristen.
And we are watching Jem and the Holograms via Shout Factory's Jem and the Holograms Truly Outrageous Complete Series box set, as well as the wonderful world of Netflix. Kristen, what are you Netflixing this flicks?
Right before I came over here, I watched the first episode of a Korean drama called Hello My 20s.
Oh, how's that?
It's about a girl starting college, and the first episode was about her moving into a dorm with 3 other girls and not being able to communicate all the things they do that annoy her. It's super relatable, like college memories-wise, of like, how do I tell someone to stop eating my food after once I told them it was okay?
Isn't it terrible, Kristen, that we're at the point now, it's like, wow, college. Remember college?
Way back in the day of college.
I watched 2 things recently that were installations of the late 90s. I think one was the late 90s. Anyway, one was Wild Wild West, which was pretty bad.
Hey, you tweeted at me to tell me about that.
I don't know, it was one of those things where I watched it and I was like, I should tell people how bad this is.
I need to warn everyone.
And the other one was The Prince of Egypt, which just made me think of the Passover episode of Rugrats.
Man, what a throwback. I was momentarily stun-locked there.
As for our foray into Jem this week, Kristen, we are very close to seeing the Stingers again, I promise. This is our...
This is the test of our willingness to get to the good stuff.
It is our last hurdle, and it's a big one, because, Kristen, this is a dance episode.
Holy shit, this is such a boring episode. When was the last time we had an episode this boring?
That's a very good question. I'd say the middle of nowhere, probably.
Maybe. I feel like the last time I was this anxious about being able to make a good podcast episode was for Culture Clash.
This week's episode of Jem, Kristen, is Homeland, Heartland, which includes the holograms going to Yugoslavia. Kristen, we were at least I was wrong when I was like, Romania, that's probably where they're going.
Are they not close to each other? I don't know anything.
I have no idea, but Kristen, we got as well for this episode, much like the West Germany reference in The Stingers Hit Town, Yugoslavia ain't a place anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, in the early 90s, in 1991, specifically for Zagreb, which is the city that they are in this episode here. Yes.
I just assumed they made up a fake city.
You didn't think Zagreb was a real place.
I didn't.
In the early 90s, I think June 25th, 1991 is what I say, because I looked at the Wikipedia page for this, is when Croatia declared its independence from Yugoslavia, and as such, over the next few years, and I think as late as 2008, Yugoslavia just ended up kind of breaking up into 8 separate countries, Croatia being the one where Zagreb is currently the capital.
Jeez, I just assumed that Yugoslavia wasn't a big place to begin with, so how tiny are these bite-sized countries?
I have no idea. Kristen, I barely know about Europe. You want to talk about Eastern Europe?
No, I don't.
Not only that, Kristen, this is probably the most dancey dance episode, so they really saved the best for last on us on this one, huh?
After this, I think we could just presume Dance dead, so let's look forward to that.
I hope so. Let's dancing.
Me and my friends are Jem girls. Jem is my name. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Jem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Jem girl. Jem is my name. Me and my friends are Jem girls. Jem is my name. Truly outrageous, that's a Jem girl. Glamour, fashion, and fame. Exciting adventure, fashion, and fame. Once you're a Jem girl, you're never the same. Come on and be a Jem girl. Jem is my name.
We start off, Kristen, this episode was written by Carla Conway. She wrote some G.I. Joe, some Transformers, some My Little Pony, as well as a cartoon called Centurions that looks like it's a Hasbro property, but it was made by Kenner. We start on an airplane here, Kristen. Dance exclaims, Jem, pinch me so I know I'm not dreaming. Here comes the fucking exposition. God damn it.
Oh my god, tell me all about why we're on this airplane. I would love to know.
Fucking Jem, pinch me so you can get me out of this episode.
Pinch me so I never have to see Dance ever again. Pinch my eyeballs both out of my head.
We are headed off to Zagreb here, which is part of Dance's homeland, where her mother danced in the Zagreb Ballet, which is a big old part of this episode here. And Kristen, this episode leads me to believe that the man in charge of the Zagreb Ballet, Victor Crochet, I referred to him as Victor Crochet in my notes, even though that's not Crosatch. I think that's what it is. They make it seem like this dude who's in charge of the ballet is the most powerful man in Yugoslavia.
I'm also the governor.
Dance feels like she's going home.
Even though it seems like this is her first time going to Yugoslavia?
I think so, yeah. Well,
What's she been up to that she's been too busy to take her, culture trip?
She thought everybody in her family was dead, I think, was the problem.
Well, she still went to go do this. She was waiting for Jem and the holograms to foot the bill.
Aja points out in bitchy whispers to Kimber here that she thinks Dance is going a little too hard in the motherfucking paint when it comes to this trip.
And as Kimber kind of starts to agree, Aja lays it all out there, barely whispering at this point. Do you think she'll secretly believe she'll find her mother?
And then Kimber takes it one step further, yelling at the top of her lungs, it's been years and years since her mother disappeared.
Side note, I feel like they make it pretty clear later in the episode that Dance's mom disappeared in America.
Yeah, which, well, I mean, Kimber says that Dance's mom wasn't in Zagreb, so they're not gonna fucking find her out here, but it's a decent place to come to terms with the fact that her mother is gone forever and ever. Forever, amen.
I suppose so. They kind of set it up as if that will be resolved, but it's not.
The thing is, I thought it was going to be resolved, and they kind of left it open, presumably for, one of those fake season 4 episodes that we'll find Dance's mom somewhere in America.
I could have sworn the plot of this episode was that the ballet people murdered Dance's mom. But I guess that is a little dark for a cartoon.
We fade to the airport where we hear Yugoslavian Synergy thank the passengers for flying and welcoming them to Zagreb.
Thanks, robot.
Kimber's showing off here. Video came with them because, of course, they're filming a music video here. Forgot to mention that earlier.
I don't think video opens her mouth more than once this whole episode.
They brought the entire goddamn crew with them in this one for, well, I mean, they're filming a music video with
Video
Dance.
is here, Rio's here, Dance is here. Where's Anthony Julian?
Probably don't need Rio with them.
No.
Kimber wants to get Video doing something stupid here. She goes, look at this video, glamour Yugoslavian style.
And Video, with the lens cap still on, points the camera at Kimber and goes, yeah, that's great.
Some bald dude comes over to welcome Jem and company to Yugoslavia. We'll just call him Mr. Not Gorbachev because I don't remember his name.
Me neither.
A car is waiting to take them to the Zagreb Ballet. We slowly zoom in on an off-model Dance here, looking very worried. I can't pinpoint the emotion that she's really doing, so I assume it's worried. Also, her hair looks different again. I think Dance's hair has looked different in every single fucking appearance she's been in.
I was just going to say, you know what else is off model this episode? Dance's hair in every single outfit she wears. Its length changes at will.
And the sections of where which color should be.
It just looks terrible. I couldn't get over it.
Mr. Not Gorbachev here warns Jem and company as they get in the limo here that they need to be careful of Mr. Victor Crochet, Victor Crosatch. He's the leader of the ballet, and Kristen, he fucking hates Jem's music. He despises liars. He hates deception. He doesn't think their music is art.
Rio is a fan. They didn't think to do any of this research themselves?
Here's the thing, Kristen. I did put this in here. So Jem and company go all the way to fucking Yugoslavia to film a music video with use of the Zagreb Ballet without even asking the dude in charge of the ballet if it's okay. If it's like, hey, can we use some of your people until they're in Yugoslavia, where they learn that he's not really a fan of their music.
And despite him being a little bit salty about the rock group and everything, within a day, several hours maybe, the whole ballet is like, yeah, okay, we're on it. Let's do it. Music video time.
They know that Jem is coming, but I guess maybe it's one of those things where it's like, we'll talk about it.
They'd already rehearsed for the music video. They sent them a VHS tape in the mail saying, do this choreography.
Also, Kimber says, but her music is art, and she is defending her own song, so she has a right to be up her own ass about the 80s synth pop.
Yeah, why not?
We cut to the ballet here. Blonde McDanceman, Stefan, is here doing blonde dancing things.
He's apparently the only man that dances in all of Yugoslavia.
Other ballerinas comment that Stefan is beautiful, and then we have Victor Crochet here commenting that his dance move was beautiful.
I also think the man is handsome. What, I can't?
So the ladies start dancing now, and we have Victor Crochet just going, cross gently. You're supposed to be a flock of seagulls. Not a flock of seagulls, wait a minute. They ran so far away, Kristen.
Oh no!
You're supposed to be a flock of swans, not a herd of elephants.
Rude. But I guess that's how some people choose to have their motivation served to them.
So in comes Alexa from The Princess and the Singer here, not actually,
what?
just
They only know how to draw one kind of evil lady.
some evil, high cheekboned Eastern European. I don't know if Yugoslavia is Eastern Europe, Kristen. I don't actually know.
I don't know either. Don't look at me for help.
Either way, I just referred to, I think her name is Vera. I refer to her as Alexa throughout because evil lady from she doesn't look exactly like the evil lady from The Princess and the Singer, but she may as well be.
She may as well be. So she's like, the ballerinas are a pack of elephants. They only think of the decadent American rock group coming here to make uncultured noise.
And Stefan's just like, but I like Jim Hologram.
And everyone goes, shut up, Stefan.
And Victor Crochet calls them the definition of mediocrity. At the very moment, thankfully they missed all the shit that Alexa said, because Jem and company are here and they're like, we're not mediocre. We're above the bar. We're better than that, right?
They're walking into the theater on the stage, by the way.
Jem goes, we do care. We're dedicated to our music just as much as you are.
Americans are dedicated to nothing. When I heard that, I did think, that's true. I'm not.
There's a loud, dissonant chord as the camera has an extreme close-up of Dance, and then Alexa and Victor Crochet both go,
You're supposed to be dead! I killed you!
It can't be! Everybody mistakes Dance for her mom in this episode.
Even though Dance's mom had normal hair.
Victor lightens up almost immediately here because he goes right into, well, if you want to use the ballet, the rock band with the stupid-haired lady, with several stupid-haired ladies, actually. Wow.
Oh my God, you're all terrible.
Jesus. Fuck, I hate America. Oh my God.
The worst.
Jem says she would like a tour of the facility here, and Victor will guide them himself. I noticed I put victory in my notes here, Kristen. I can't tell you how many times I fucking just, I don't know how often I'm writing the word victory, muscle memory makes me write victory almost 100% of the time that I wrote Victor's name. Kimber comments to Dance here that Stefan is looking at her, and I'm gonna assume Dance says this. She goes, he's gorgeous, is he?
He looks like a dull, blonde man.
What happened to Cisco? What happened to Robin Goodfellow?
What happened? No, I was gonna say what happened to Swenson, but, Dance wasn't in that episode. I just assumed that because he was European, he also had a thing with Dance.
We fade to the Gallery of Honor, where all the great stars of the Zagreb Ballet have their pictures. Stefan's even got a picture here, and he looks like a dork.
A smarmy portrait of him going, "Nyeh."
Victor negs Stefan for some reason, because he's just like, but Stefan is fucking cold garbage compared to the woman that I worked with years ago. And he pulls away a dramatic curtain thing to reveal a giant picture of Nadia Dvorak, Dance's mom.
And Dance is just like, that's my mom!
It's my mom!
That's my mom!
And Victor's assumptions are correct here when he's like, aha! You must be Nadia Jr.?
You look like a Nadia. And she's like, my name's Giselle. Call me that.
He says, welcome home. And of course you're a dancer. It's in your blood. Much like your mother. I drank it, so I would know.
See, I was going to say he wouldn't have had to add that part about her being obviously a dancer if she had introduced herself as Dance.
Jem takes this opportunity to start making demands. I guess because not only do they want to use the Zagreb Ballet, Kristen, they want to start filming tomorrow using some dancers in the ballet. Again, presumably they knew that Jem and co were coming, but still like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, we're ready. Cool. Anything for the friends of Nadia's child. What's your name?
Nadia. No, you're Nadia. You're Nadia now.
I think Nadia is better.
Rio appears from stage left here, making his appearance known because I guess they needed to bring Rio to be the skeptic of men here, because he's immediately like, what the fuck is his angle?
I don't trust anyone. Hate deception, despise liars, very suspicious.
Kristen, when you hate deception and despise liars so passionately as Rio does, everybody becomes a deceptionist and a liar.
You keep your eye out for it. That's me with roaches. I'm so afraid of them. I look for them everywhere, and sometimes I find them.
I think deceptionist isn't a word. Deceiver is probably a proper word.
Whatever.
He's like a hypnotist. He's a deceptionist.
Decepticon.
Jem is concerned because Victor looks at Dance like he's seen a ghost.
Hey, Dance, do you think that man killed your mom?
But anyway, fuck that. Time for filming song 1 of the evening, Music and Dance, which we'll be playing for you right now.
East is east and west is west, or some people say. But there will come a day our differences will melt away. With music and dance will help to bridge the gap. Music and dance will wipe the lines right off the map. Some say we haven't got a chance, but we'll break through it with music and dance. Dance and music will help us all join hands in a language each understands. Some say there's no movement, but I see improvement. With music and dance will help to bridge the gap. Music and dance will wipe the lines right off the map. Some say we haven't got a chance, but we'll break through it with music and dance.
Right off the bat here, Joe.
East is east. West is west.
How dare you interrupt me?
Or some people say. Kristen, Jem isn't quite sure. She looks at a globe and she's like, I don't get it. I don't see it.
It's a circle. How could one be one and one be the other?
But please make your point.
While I was watching this at Madeline's, I warned them this is a very boring episode to watch because going through it, Madeline was like, oh, is it Midsummer Night's Madness? And I was like, no, sadly. It's something that sucks. And Madeline said, well, it's music and dance for the dance episode. It's gotta be spelled with an S, right? And I went, no, it isn't. And then that was right as the song was ending. And the song title came up on the screen, and it was spelled with an S. And I said, I was wrong, I'm sorry. And Madeline looked at the TV and went, fuck, I was joking.
Music and Dance is a song that, yes, has D-A-N-S-E.
To what end? Hey, why though?
Music and Dance will make us bridge the gap.
I guess so. Dance brings us together because we hate her.
Wipe the lines right off the map because we're destroying everything.
Yep.
The music video is, of course, dancing, Stefan dancing as well as the partner here. They learned this choreography very quickly, Kristen.
Pancake tutu, still Swan Lake looking ladies also dancing. Dances is just in schlumpy clothes. Man ballet guy also just kind of in schlumpy clothes. Tight fitting, but schlumpy.
When they do East is East and West is West, of course, Dance is West and Stefan is East because...
Dance is from California.
Victor looks on during the music video here with wide eyes, hopefully because he's fucking disgusted at all of this.
Like, oh, this is worse than I thought.
The curtains open and close about 9 times, showing Dance and Stefan doing different stupid things in different stages.
This is a really interesting music video. I wonder if Video the character is filming this thinking like, what's the point? Why though?
Like, I have to top the last laugh with this? Oh my god.
I can't do it.
It ends with silhouettes of Stefan and Dance. They kiss. I don't know if that's supposed to be part of the music video, but they do.
They're super into each other already. They're primed to smash.
Well, Stefan, prelude to smash, is like, oh, hey, how about some dinner? Dance goes, I'd love to, but I can't.
What?
I have this boyfriend, Cisco. Robin Goodfellow.
I'm losing count.
I could have sworn Dance had a third boyfriend, but I can't remember who it is.
The Runaway.
Oh. Bobby Braddock Jr.
Danny, I think was his name.
Yeah, Bobby Braddock Jr.
Yeah, him.
Actually, it's because she's having dinner with Victor Crochet, who comes over here and he's just like, I will be the one escorting the prelude to smash, thank you.
Whoa. See, now it doesn't sound fun anymore.
Stefan runs away like he's Rio when he hears this, and Victor goes, a good run will cool his temper down, and a good meal will improve your spirits.
That's true. Surprise food is the best way to improve my mood no matter what kind of emotional state I'm in. I could be furious if someone's like, here's some fries. I'll be like, life is so beautiful.
Cut to the hotel that night. Dance's hair looks even more stupid than usual.
It got longer.
She gets a note slid under the door. Kristen, we don't know where this note came from.
It doesn't come up.
It does not. And it says here, if you want to learn about your family, go to the village of... Bleh.
Excuse me?
Excuse me. It's tough to pronounce this in Yugoslavian here. The village of Bleh.
The village of blood?
The village of Bleh. The village of Bleh.
Okay, if you say so.
Dance rushes over to Jem, and Jem's like, we gotta check this out right now. It's the middle of the night. Wait.
Hey, Dance, you can count on me. I'm on board. Why? Who cares? Mind your business.
They also ponder about this unknown friend because Danse didn't know she had any living relatives here.
Did she check?
Kristen, I don't know who wrote the note. It's so, because I feel like, at first I'm like, maybe Stefan did this because he's supposed to be mad at Victor and he knows something, but he seems completely fucking stupid and in the same kind of like, what? As Danse the entire episode. So then I thought maybe it was Alexa, but Alexa doesn't have any reason to throw fucking Victor Crosatch under the bus until the end of the episode.
And none of the people from Dance's family that we meet later would be able to get into the, wherever the fuck they are, a hotel? To slide this note in.
Her dad is a fucking mountain man, so Victor wouldn't do it himself, or would he?
It was the ghost of Dance's mom.
What if it was Dance's mom? And we learned that in another episode. Why wouldn't she reveal her? Whatever, fuck it.
Who cares?
It would have to be somebody who knows that her dad is still alive, right?
Which is very few people. He is a fugitive.
We cut to Victor, and we find that he's got a fucking weird creepo shrine dedicated to Dance's mom.
He's like Helga from Hey Arnold.
Hopefully he's not stealing her hair.
I hate you. I hate you. I love you.
You ran away from me, but now your daughter will never leave. This, I swear.
Who are you talking to?
He throws his glass down. End of segment 1.
Someone has to clean that up.
Segment 2 starts. Jem is asking Victor if they can use Stefan to shoot some things for the music video in some local color here. And Kristen, here is where the mistake was made, because, I guess they don't have any reason to suspect Victor Crochet here. However, he's just kind of like, I could go to the village of Drew Bledsoe there with you. I could come along. I gotta watch Stefan. He gets a bit handsy, so I gotta watch him.
You gotta keep an eye on him, keep the girl safe, you know what I'm saying. The weird thing is, it also is like half a lie anyway. I don't know why Jem just didn't go the full lie. Because they're not going to shoot in local areas for local color. They're going to look for Dance's family. And she mentions that. But they don't say that's the reason they're going. They're just like, we'll go for 2 nights, and I guess we'll bring video and she'll also film some shit. Like, it's not presented in a way that makes sense, any of that information. Yeah, Danse explains that they're going to the village of Bleh here, and that she might have family, and that the train leaves at 2, don't miss it, and it kind of like slow zooms on Victor's face here, and he goes, I will be there. Promptly. It's Riot. So Victor arrives at 5 a.m. for the bus and won't shut the fuck up while he films Jem at that was 2 episodes ago, excuse me. Too much travel. So Jem arrives for rehearsals the next day, but Max says that they need to do promo shots. Fuck! Wait! That's not this episode either. Try one more time. We fade to Victor and Alexa from Morvania here. She accuses Victor that he's going to bleh simply because of Danse and not to protect Stefan, and I wrote in my notes after that, but erased it for some reason. Duh. Yeah. Does Alexa need to accuse him of this? Even then, Victor's like, no, we're good friends. That's it. I'm not trying to murder the rest of her family. Come on. You can just explain it for the children. Alexa and Victor trade dark secrets here. Victor did something to Dance's parents that would make her hate him, and Alexa helped. So it's not like she's gonna snitch or anything. Nope. She can totally be trusted. You can tell by how untrustworthy she looks. And then Victor says that Alexa became a star as a result of whatever they did here, and he can make her a husband? Is that what he says here? I don't think so. It's a hola or worse. So, a has-been? A has-been! Hey, that makes more sense. That would make sense. A has-been or worse. Nice ears, Joe. Fade to a train. They're taking a train and they're going to Blit Town, taking a train and they're traveling far. Taking a train if you were there when I arrive. I'll ask what the fuck you're doing in Yugoslavia, Kristen. Do you want me to participate in this podcast? Video's getting some great footage out of this trip, but look it over. Hey, look over at Danse and Stefan. It's so romantic. Stare at them. That'll make them comfortable. Just to think, yesterday they were strangers. Thank you for the lead-in. Song number 2 of the evening. Falling in Love with a Stranger. Beautiful Stranger from Austin Powers? Fuck, I don't remember any of the lyrics. Shit! I fell in love with a beautiful stranger. All I remember is Madonna and Felicity Shagwell. Yep. Classic characters. That classic character, Madonna. Yep. Hey. She's quite a character. We've got Danse dancing, dreaming of her blonde dance beefcake here, pretty much. Lots of shots of them on the train. It is a wide-ass train when we see here, because
They go out of their, like, room. I watched Silver Streak recently, Kristen. You don't have a lot of room in a train to get around somebody.
You certainly don't, especially not like a commuter train. I mean, I can't speak too much from experience because I've been on Amtrak, but that's still not a ton of room.
Especially when we're talking about Yugoslavia as well. Not to knock, their transportation system could be very wide, Kristen. I don't know, but I assume that's not the case.
Maybe it's just a cultural difference.
Stefan points out some fucking snowdrifts or whatever while they're on the bed.
Hey, look! Snow! Stefan is not very smart.
It looks like a hill. Wait a minute, it is a hill.
You know what I love about you? You make me laugh.
Really makes you think, doesn't it?
Snow and hills. Snowy hills! And Dance is just like, wow. You look so hot when you talk.
We see Victor looking jealous as well here. Kristen, I care so little about Dance and her various boyfriends.
Unfortunately, the cartoon wants us to care a lot.
Dance has had more boyfriends, possibly than Kimber at this point.
I think so. I mean, like, Kimber has expressed interest in boys, but has not explicitly dated more than, or attempted to date more than 3, right?
I don't think we've seen her, like, straight up kiss more than 2 dudes, I think.
Yeah, because she was going to go on a date with that photography man, but that got thwarted.
Yeah, so it's just down to, I guess, Sean Harrison and...
Hey, Dance, keep your fucking tongue in your mouth.
Dance, I am so glad that we met.
Me too.
Romance!
Yeah! Hot!
Victor shows up to break up the party here, this very romantic scene. Because he needs to speak with Stefan. Alone.
So he all but grabs onto his collar and threateningly waves a fist in his face, saying, "Keep away from Giselle."
You may be my artistic director, but you don't own me or Giselle.
So Victor straight up rears back to shove Stefan off the train. But luckily, Dance hears the commotion. She's like, "Y'all okay?"
Oh no, we were just about to play Throw Mama from the Train. Do you want to play Dance?
No.
You could be Danny DeVito, and I'll be Billy Crystal, and Stefan will be Throw Mama from the Train. Throw for the train!
Stefan is like, it's just business. Scoot.
This is the second time I've made a Throw Mama from the Train reference.
It definitely is.
You have been warned, Stefan, Victor says.
Dark deeds, dark words. So their train does arrive in bleh at night. Apparently there's an inn, like, right across the train tracks. It's very misty.
Shayna hopes that it's as comfy as it looks, but Aja is more concerned about the fact that they brought a fucking army with them.
It's cool. 2 beds is enough for all the holograms. 2 people in each bed, and then Rhea has to sleep on the floor because she's the newest member and they're hazing her.
You don't need fucking cobblestone-ass Rio. You probably don't even need the rest of the holograms here.
Rio better be sleeping on the floor.
Dance is concerned with family stuff still, hoping she can find her mother even though they got separated in America.
It's not gonna happen, Dance. How about you shut the fuck up about it?
Stefan asks about her dad, and Dance is like, he died before I was born. Awkward.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's time for breakfast already because they all slept on the floor except for Jem, who slept on top of them.
Of course. You know, they carry her.
I start to get bad flashbacks here, Kristen, because we've got the instrumentation for In the Land of the Midnight Sun playing, and I just keep thinking about seal murder.
Put it away!
All the holograms, other than Jem, are out shooting somewhere with video, and Dance asks a waiter here if there are any Dvořáks that live nearby, and the waiter looks at Victor.
Victor makes eye contact with the waiter, and the waiter goes, "What?" No! I said no, right? It's no. And then he just turns around and leaves.
And, yeah, Dance looks all disconcerted, and Stefan's like,
She's like, he made a really high-pitched noise for a long time! That's not how people usually answer questions sincerely.
We could probably ask somebody else, it's alright.
And some little shitbird kid, who's just sitting at the other side of the inn, is like, "Oh, the Dvořáks have a farm right outside of bleh."
Hey kid, you want to hear about where the Dvořáks live? Why don't you give me a new slingshot? It's me, Zipper.
It's me, Zipper. I got smaller. God gave me another chance, and I'm gonna do good this time.
Except I'm still a little stinker.
Sitcom Zipper.
100 good deeds for Zipper.
Yep. It was a little kid instead of a dog.
That show was stupid.
It was.
So yeah, the Dvořáks live outside of Bleh on a farm here, and the kid can even lead them there, even though we don't see the kid again.
He dies in the snow.
Oh no, Zipper!
Dance doesn't care. Maybe a third chance for Zipper someday.
They find out that it's Zipper and they murder him in the hills.
Kimber, specifically.
You leave me in a volcano, I'm gonna leave you in a snowdrift, you fuck!
How's that taste? Ironic?
We fade to the Dvorak's farm here, where we've got an old Yugoslavian man who's probably gonna have a fucking heart attack from seeing all these multicolored hair women, especially Dance.
So, Johann Sebastian Dvorak is here.
Who are you?
And Dance.
Oh my god, you're a Dvorak! We're all named Dance too!
Oh my god! And everyone starts crying 'cause it's an emotional, dumb name reunion.
We have a very uncomfortable shot of, like, a close-up of Johann Sebastian's eyes here, crying when Dance introduces herself as Nadia's daughter. And apparently this man, Johann Sebastian Bach, is Dance's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
The Emperor's New Groove. Good joke. He doesn't look that old. He looks more uncle-y.
Being a farm man in Yugoslavia must be a fucking...
Rejuvenating job. His skin looks amazing.
And who are your friends here?
So, Victor asserts himself, and then, Johann is like, oh no!
Please come into my house.
Ballet murder man!
Jem and Rio note that Victor has instigated this change in Johann here, going from warmth to like, so...
Oh no, get out of my house, but gotta be polite.
So, Stefan and Dance hug before the fade here. They're all now eating dinner at the Dvorak house, which we don't know anything about the rest of these fucking Dvoraks, Kristen.
Nope, one of them apparently was a super big fan of, what was her name? Nadia. Almost forgot. I almost called her Giselle. That's Dance's name. She has 2 names. She's just so special. But he's like, oh yeah, you remind me so much of your mom. Who is this kid?
The mother basically stomps on the kid's foot below the table to keep her in line, like, Anna!
What does this little kid know about this adult who left the country?
Go get your sister, Elsa, and tell her to come eat dinner.
Great Frozen joke.
Yugoslavia! It's very far from Scandinavia, Kristen.
It is. Or I assume so. I'm taking your word for it.
I assume, yes. I don't really know. They got snow, so maybe not.
So nobody wants to talk about Dance's mom, so Dance excuses herself for some fresh air, and starts crying inside of a tree.
So her eyes get frozen to the tree.
Her eyes get frozen shut. Now she's blind too, and Cisco somewhere feels vindicated.
He gets his spider sense, and he's just like, blindness! Yes! Redemption!
I win.
Dance says, they don't want me here. They hate me.
So Johann is like, no, I'm here, by the way.
As a matter of fact, we don't hate you.
We hate Victor because he's the governor. And he could take our farm away.
Dance is like, I don't understand this weird hot political climate that we're in.
Risk everything so I can get explained a thing.
Johann is like, not gonna tell you, but we'll take you to a mountain man who has nothing to lose.
Great. Sounds rustic.
Those famous Yugoslavian mountain men, Kristen.
Of course. He will tell all.
And Dance wants to go right now, because there's a full moon to guide them.
Perfect.
So now we learn that Stefan is a werewolf, an American werewolf in Yugoslavia.
Yeah, he is Rapture's brother.
He's also not American, so...
No.
Jem stays behind to keep an eye on Victor here, so we fade to Jem walking back into the house, just being like, so alright, where's Victor, Rio?
Rio's like, he just left.
Shit! Fuck! God damn it!
You had one job, Jem.
Rio runs out to see if he can catch up with Victor here. So we see Johann, Dance, Stefan all getting close to the destination here. It is just around the bend, in fact.
Stefan get to tag along for this.
Falling in love with a stranger.
Beautiful stranger. Yeah, baby.
Oh, behave. Somehow, Rio found Victor here, who is perched high up on a fucking cliff, I guess, where there's a big fucking boulder just sitting there.
I jumped up here.
As boulders do in snowy areas, they're just hanging out on cliffs.
So he's trying to roll a boulder onto all 3 of them.
And Rio goes, Stefan, look out! As if there aren't 3 people that are about to be crushed here.
Oh, Rio's fallen in love too.
So they roll around in the snow here as Rio fucking, like, Raiden from Mortal Kombat tackles him here.
It's pretty romantic.
And it causes a fucking avalanche. That's how great their love is, Kristen.
Uh-huh. Sexual chemistry disturbs the earth itself.
Also, you have to excuse me, it's Raiden in Mortal Kombat. Raiden is from Metal Gear Solid.
Ah, shit.
So, Rio manages to grab onto a branch here, saving himself, and grabs Victor as well, being just like, oh, you're not going anywhere, buddy.
Yeah, it's too good for you.
Getting covered in an avalanche. Too good for you, Victor Crochet.
I'm gonna make you suffer.
Stefan screams, dance! To end segment 2, as Dance is, of course, the only person threatened by this avalanche as she gets swept up.
She's getting thrown around like a rag doll and gets buried in, honestly, pretty shallow snow.
Segment 3 starts. Dance is buried under snow. Everyone rushes to her aid.
Not everyone.
Yeah, Victor takes his opportunity to run away as he busts out of Rio's grip, and Rio kind of like shakes his fist at him.
He goes, you coward!
We've got a mountain man here. He's just like, hey, what's going on? I heard there's a lady buried. Oh, fuck, there's a lady buried in snow over here.
Everyone's digging with their hands. It takes like 2 seconds, and they see, oh, stupid snow coat. Here she is, and they just unearth her.
They need to get her inside where it's warm, but hopefully not too warm, Kristen, because hypothermia.
So, when I watched this, I was under the impression that calling someone a mountain man meant they didn't have a home.
I thought so too, like a hermit, yeah.
Yeah, like someone who lives in a cave, perhaps. But no, this guy has like a pretty cozy cabin.
She'll be alright. The fire will warm her.
They take her inside. The mountain man pulls down her hood because, I don't know, she doesn't care if her ears are warm. And he's like, oh, that hair!
Is this my wife?
No. It's your daughter.
As a matter of fact, it is your daughter. So that's the moment of everybody to be like, oh, Dance is dad, not dad.
Ghost dad.
Dead, not dad. For Dance.
It's very dramatic, very affecting. You can tell by how taken we are.
Then she is Nadia's child, and I'll have no part of her.
So we get a shitload of exposition here.
So now Krista basically becomes a soap opera, because Johan is basically like, grandson, what happened to you was long ago. This child is innocent.
And Dance's dad is like, why did she come? To torture me? Yeah, she got hypothermia to torture you, dick.
Dance sits up and is like, is that my dad? Did I hear that right? Is he my dad?
I'm not loving this so far.
So Dance's dad, Peter, his name, pronounced Piotr.
Whatever.
Peter's denial. This is Peter's denial, Kristen!
I don't know her.
She thinks she's seen him somewhere. I remember. You were with that lady.
They took away. I recognize your hair.
You've got the wrong mountain man, lady. Anyway.
This joke has gone on long enough.
He recants the tale here of Dance looking exactly like her mom did back at the time of the Zagreb ballet.
With different hair.
Where she was the jewel of Victor Crochet's eye.
Cool. So Victor hated Pieter because Nadia loved Pieter.
He even forbade Nadia to marry me, but I did it anyway.
Because he's not Nadia's dad.
They were happy until a terrible flu epidemic. There was no penicillin to be found in Yugoslavia. How terrible!
Someone broke into my office, which was not locked, and stole the penicillin.
From a cabinet that wasn't locked!
Oh, God!
And as a result, oh, poor Pieter! He was arrested under suspicion that he sold the penicillin to the black market!
Those cold Yugoslavian jails.
I suspected Victor framed me, but I didn't have any proof. I was just a lowly doctor, after all. This man was in charge of ballet, but I'm a doctor, so I don't...
I was gonna say, hold up. What's a lowly doctor?
The ballet business, Kristen, it's like the fucking Wall Street of Yugoslavia.
Apparently. So here's where Peter reveals himself as an idiot.
It runs in the family.
So he wrote so many letters to Nadia, his wife, who was still working at the place where the guy who hated him was in charge.
And he never got any responses, so Nadia deserted me.
That's the only logical conclusion.
Victor had told Nadia that Peter was dead, shot trying to escape arrest, and she had never believed that Peter was guilty. And then she got the fuck out of Yugoslavia because apparently she's like, I don't want to deal with the fucking government that shot and killed my husband. I'm going to Amerigo.
Hell yeah, everything's better there. Like, even Jem and Rio parse out within seconds that Victor was getting rid of Peter's letters. They're like, are you kidding me? It's so obvious what happened.
Yeah, Peter wants to know what the fuck happened to his letters, and Rio's just like, well, where'd you send them? And Peter's like, to the ballet, of course! And Rio's like, where Victor was. And he's like, oh shit, wait!
Oh no!
All these years I've hated Nadia for no reason, fooled by the man who framed me!
Yeah. Yeah! That is what happened.
Dumbass.
So, Peter is so psyched because he's like, my wife doesn't hate me. Let's go get this on. Like, 20 years later, she's gonna be so psyched for it. There's a problem.
She got picked up by a tornado, and now we don't know where she is.
She got carried off like a cow.
She's in Oz.
Probably.
Danse asks for Peter to come back to Zagreb to clear his name, but there's no proof, and he'll just get thrown back in jail.
So at some point he did escape jail.
I think, Kristen, you say that he is a fugitive, but I believe that actually I think he probably just did his time in his Yugoslavian prison and is now just living as a mountain man because he's too disgraced to go back to the medical profession.
So why is he worried that he's gonna go back to jail? Is he just assuming that if he rears his head, Victor will be like, he stole more penicillin. He did it again, repeat offender.
Victor's gonna pull the exact same shit on them, like how he tries to pull the shit on Gem and the holograms later.
Hey, fair. Maybe.
Go away. The very sight of you breaks my heart.
And Danse, the most serious she's ever been, goes, I'll make Victor pay for this. I promise you, father.
And then she throws a glass on the ground and it's the end of segment 1 again. Wait a minute. So Victor and Alexa are still up to no good here. They are planting banned political shit and stolen defense plans into the luggage of the holograms, Rio, and who Alexa calls the girl who shoots the video.
I laughed really hard at that.
You had her name right there, Alexa, and you didn't do anything with it.
In video. It is a stupid name. I can't really blame them.
Stolen defense plans are put into Gem's suitcase here, and Victor says that he will take care of Danse himself when posed with the question, what are you going to do about the stupid hair lady?
I'll change that hair myself.
Everyone arrives back in Zagreb at this point. Video and Rio get off the train, tells Danse and Stefan to go head off because they probably need some time alone, and it takes 2 seconds, Kristen, for Video and Rio to get arrested, and apparently Danse and Stefan are far enough away that they don't see this happen.
Yeah, the Yugoslavian police are like, stop, Yugoslavian police, you're arrested. They say, you're arrested for being spies.
Gem is about to get off the train, and then Rio turns around and goes, Gem, Victor set a trap! Run for it! Go! Evade police pursuit in a foreign country!
We're doing this again!
The holograms all run to a museum where they can hide, I guess.
So Synergy finally gets to get used this episode, and everyone turns into, like, statue of 5 muses.
Hanging out, not even on, like, an exhibit platform, just in the middle of
in front of other exhibits.
And the police run past here. They all turn back. That was close. And it still is, as they run away.
Hilarious. Evading arrest.
We cut to Danse, who is confronting Victor with no plan, accusing him of framing her father.
J'accuse!
Sending him to jail, etc., etc. She's gonna roar and rampage and get bloody satisfaction with this revenge, Kristen.
So Victor says, no you're not, because I got all your friends arrested. So, your friends are going to Yugoslav jail, unless you want to be a dancer again.
I like how Victor is even just like, oh, it's good that you know the truth, because it saves me the trouble of showing you how powerful I am.
I'm sending everyone to big boy jail.
I'll only release them if you give up Stefan and stay here to be the prima ballerina of Zagreb. The primarina of Zagreb.
Wow. Alexa doesn't love that. She's like, I thought that was my thing.
I thought I was the only water fairy type on this team.
Oh no.
It is time, Vera, that you retired.
Joe, do you remember what I named my Pop Leo?
Oh, no I don't.
Do you want a hint? I named it after a drink that it reminded me of.
Shasta.
No. A blue drink.
Blue Fanta.
I named it Gatorade.
Oh, that's right. Powerade.
He loved me.
So, Danse is given the option here of everyone else spending their lives in a labor camp or her life as a ballerina in Zagreb. And Stefan is like, don't give in to him. I mean, fuck the others, right? Like, come on.
And Danse is like, this isn't even really a moral quandary at all. Sorry, Stefan.
I don't have a choice, but just then, Peter arrives.
Pieter.
They think they've seen him somewhere. I remember.
Victor stands up and he's like, "That's strange, for I am sure I saw you with him."
And then he tackles him through a wall as he says, "I don't know him!" And then we find the stolen defense plans.
What he actually says is, "You took my wife. Not true, but you will not take my daughter."
Peter kicks Victor's ass all over the office, which, yes, throws him into the next room here and into a desk where, for some reason, all of Peter's letters are still there and they come flooding out. Kristen, why didn't Victor burn them?
Or, eat them.
Why didn't Victor eat them?
Right, he eats them and gains the love.
They also find the stolen defense plans here. Jem and the holograms have arrived as well with Mr. Not Gorbachev. He convinced the inspector to check here before arresting Jem and company and creating an international incident.
Wacky.
The inspector isn't yet convinced, even with all of this evidence. And Alexa is just like, whoa, hey, wait a minute. I got something to say. All right, so, this guy, he bad. I know, because I helped him.
I wasn't going to say anything, but then he was going to replace me in this ballerina company, so fuck him.
I was going to get thrown into the bus for an idiot with stupid hair. Fuck that!
She says, "Victor, I worshipped you and you threw me aside for Nadia's daughter who hates you."
This is a fucking soap opera.
I hate this.
Danse thanks her father for saving them, and then song number 3 of the evening, Music and Dance.
What?
Which we'll play for you right now.
East is east and west is west, or some people say. But there will come a day our differences will melt away. With music and dance will help to bridge the gap. Music and dance will wipe the lines right off the map. Some say we haven't got a chance, but we'll break through it with music and dance. Dance and music will help us all join hands in a language each understands. Some say there's no movement, but I see improvement. With music and dance will help to bridge the gap. Music and dance will wipe the lines right off the map. Some say we haven't got a chance, but we'll break through it with music and dance. Music and dance.
Again?
At least the visuals are kind of different.
I don't really see the point. They kind of reused a song.
It's more dancing with Dance and Stefan here. The
But this
visuals
not
are
been
actually...
a fine place to shoehorn It's Only Me and the music back in.
The visuals are less interesting this time around, Kristen, which is the most devastating part of this.
More dancing.
Literal lines get wiped off the map as well as the lyrics go in the song.
But all the countries do stay different colors because Jim's not a miracle worker.
So, yeah, that Music and Dance plays again. There's literally nothing happening in the song. We have Rio and Peter backstage talking here. Now that his name is clear, he's going to be coming home with everyone because they still need to search for Dance's mom, right?
Isn't romance and missing persons cases beautiful?
And that plot thread is left dangling because, Kristen, that is the end of Music and Dance. Fuck, Homeland Heartland is the name of the episode. Why do I keep doing that?
Do you know what that sound is? The sound of me wiping my hands of Dance as a character. I'm done. I never want to see her again. She's probably in some episodes before the end of the series, just hanging around, but I don't have to deal with her stupid personal life anymore.
Not as the focus, thank God.
It took so long, but we finally got over it.
Kristen, I wrote in my notes that this episode had basically nothing to do with the holograms, which made me angry. However, there have been episodes like this before, like Roxy Rumbles, that had almost nothing to do with the holograms, but at least I give a shit about Roxy, Kristen!
Yeah, we like Roxy. Dance is and always has been just kind of a salad.
Kind of flat as a character.
Her dumb hair does not help.
What's her personality? She's another Jerica with dumb hair that
dance.
dances. Yeah.
Morally good.
At least Video is like full of herself, kind of, and episodes revolving around her often include Clash, who's an entertaining character.
Yeah, Video has Clash to play off of, and it makes Video more interesting by default. Dance is just Dance, and everyone's always telling her how talented and beautiful she is.
From her inception in the Music Awards, she was a character that was basically exactly like Jerica, except more talented.
Yeah, she sucks, and I'm glad she's gone.
Louder, angrier, and have access to a jetpack. When Dance isn't on screen, the other characters should be asking, "Where's Dance?"
What are you talking about?
talking about the wonderful Simpsons episode, The Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie Show, where a character is added to Itchy and Scratchy by Homer Simpson named Poochie, who everybody hates and he dies.
I've never seen a single episode of The Simpsons.
Kristen, it's wonderful.
I will keep that in mind. Add that to my list.
The first few seasons, at least.
So I've heard.
2 to 10, I'm pretty sure, is what you want to watch. I think that's what I did.
Okay.
So, yeah, Danse as a character, I'm glad that we're done with her basically all of the way, and she better not show up in fucking Riot's Hope or something.
I can't think of where she would end up. She's probably in, like, the big montage of characters in the last episode just to wrap shit up.
Probably, but at the end of the day, Danse as a character, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of my cartoon.
Now's the point in the evening, or I'll list off all of the fun contact things. Where you can find us, you can follow us on the Twitter machine at cwtapod. You can follow me at Octopus, that's AWKTAPUS.
You can follow me at FunnyGirlTM, like trademark, and if you ever get a response from the podcast Twitter, that's probably me.
You can find us on the iTunes, on the SoundCloud, on the Stitcher Radio. Leave a rating, give a review, do whatever you feel like. You can also drop us a line, cwtapod@gmail.com, where you can tell us all about your shrine to a lady whose husband you framed, or Eastern European political climate changes of the early 1990s.
And speaking of Twitter, we noticed we have been getting some new listeners recently, so if you guys can pop onto iTunes and maybe leave us a review, for real, 5 stars, that would be really awesome.
We haven't begged for iTunes reviews in a long time.
You just kind of casually mentioned, hey, maybe give us a rating. Nah, 5 stars. Feed me those stars. I'm hungry.
Next week, Kristen, fucking finally, goddamn, the Stingers are going to be back in town.
Thank God.
They're returning with a bang because next week, Kristen, is the finest example of Nutso Season 3 Jerrica, because it is Midsummer Night's Madness. In short, it's wonderful. And we needed it because, goddamn, again, like you said, washing my hands of Danse.
No more Dance. I feel like this episode is up there with how bonkers it is with the fan, which says a lot.
So get ready for that for the Can We Talk About podcast. My name is Joe.
I'm Kristen.
And join us next week for the return of the Stingers.
Yeah, Stingers are in the mail.
Yeah.
They got stuck in customs for a while.
Goddamn East German mail, West Berlin mail, whatever.
With that wall, it's gotta come down.